Learning spaces are an essential part of education because the space a student inhabits affects behaviour and impacts on how and what is being learnt. The learning space involves an environment that can be social, temporal, physical, built with both natural and man-made products as well as real and virtual. Siddhartha Mitra describes the first curriculum as when cavemen looked to the sky and asked the question, "What are those twinkling lights?" He suggested that school education should be based on wondrous questions, where the teacher stands back in awe and watches the learning that occurs. Let's look at how some of the wondrous questions and thoughts of the ages can be answered and discussed in the following learning spaces, incorporating current curriculum. A classroom consists mainly of 4 walls with windows and a door, tables and chairs, a whiteboard, students and a teacher. Although technology and pedagogical ideas have changed over time, the design of the classroom basically hasn't changed in the Western world. The physical environment sets constraints and provides possibilities to act in a certain way in a certain place. So have a look at the following pictures and let me know what are the expected behaviours in these spaces. Why do you feel differently in each space? Think about the design of your classroom. What reaction is a physical space expecting on the children? How would these questions be discussed and answered in the classroom environment? How could the same questions be discussed and answered in this environment? Australian children spend 10,710 hours in the classroom throughout their school lives, and studies have shown that more time in the classroom does not always lead to improved learning outcomes. Think about how the physical room can make the learning process beneficial, more engaging, challenging, informative and relevant. Excursions can provide fun activities that can enhance a student's life experiences, introduce them to new perspectives and make them more resilient, and also help them to realise they are not alone. Excursions also give them respite from the routine of the school environment and may well engage students who don't respond to usual classroom activities. Think about an excursion that you attended when you were at school. Reflect on your feelings before, during and after the excursion. Until recently, the teacher has been the dominant presence in just about every classroom in the world. The conception has been that the teachers are the ones who possess knowledge which is then passed on to students. Traditionally, the teacher and textbooks have been the fountains of knowledge. Until recently, the teacher has been the dominant presence in just about every classroom in the world. The conception has been that the teachers are the ones who possess knowledge which is then passed on to students. Traditionally, the teacher and textbooks have been the fountains of knowledge. Today, the most effective way to gain knowledge in the classroom is online through the internet. The act of knowing is fast becoming obsolete. This can be a little threatening for teachers and poses the question, what is to become of the role of the teachers? Will they then become obsolete? Mobile digital technology is changing the way we live and it's beginning to change the way we learn. Today there are a staggering 5.9 billion mobile phone subscriptions on a planet with 7 billion people. Which is your wondrous question to resolve? How would you go about answering it? Which one of the questions would you research and how would you research it? What would you do with the knowledge? Individual-based learning is about your likes, interests and learning styles. While the potential learning benefits of group work are significant, simply assigning group work is no guarantee that these goals will be achieved. In fact, group projects can, and often do, backfire badly when they are not designed, supervised and assessed in a way that promotes meaningful teamwork and deep collaboration. Group work is an effective learning tool as students are not passive recipients. Prior knowledge is activated, complex and real-world tasks can be worked on, communication is encouraged and problem-solving, critical thinking, cooperation and teamwork are involved. Students are also motivated and less reliant on the teacher. Teachers' roles need to change from instructor and information giver to facilitator, guide and filter of knowledge. Teachers can ask meaningful questions guided by the curriculum and our students can do the research, seek out the answers and teach themselves the material. Changing the role of the teacher and embracing technology is the only way we can begin to make true educational progress. But first, teachers need to be able to use technology and understand its benefits and uses. The teachers of the future will facilitate rather than stand in front of the children telling them what to do. In the developing world, where according to some estimates, up to 57 million children are unable to attend primary school, the idea of children learning without much adult intervention is a necessity, not a luxury.